Welcome to SNP Knowledge Series. The project life cycle describes the stages a project goes through as it progresses, from start to finish. A well-defined life cycle brings order and structure to the project. In this episode, let's discuss types of project life cycles. Authored by S.N. Panigrahi, Authorized Training Partner, ATP, Instructor of PMI, USA. Let's understand first what is project life cycle. A project life cycle is a series of phases that a project passes through, from its start to its completion. Representing a progression of phases through a series of developmental stages. The term project phase refers to a collection of logically related project activities that culminates in the completion of one or more deliverables. Each project phase is goal-oriented and ends at a milestone. Reaching these milestones means the project progresses. The project life cycle includes the steps required for project managers to successfully manage a project from start to finish. Project life cycle defines the beginning and ending of project. Let's understand project life cycle with examples. Before going to project life cycle, first let's understand project phases. A project phase refers to a collection of logically related project activities. Phases are typically sequential or even sometimes overlapping. For example, in a software project, the typical phases are analyze, design, build, test, deliver. A project life cycle is a progression of phases through a series of developmental stages, from starting of a project till its completion. Different projects may have different phases. Civil infrastructure project, for example, may have different phases like planning, design, approval, procurement, construction, inspection, handover, deliver. As already informed, project phases progressing sequential or even sometimes overlapping, like in the civil infrastructure project, procurement and construction phase are overlapping. Now let's understand development approach. A project lifecycle is the broadest on the timescale, and it contains multiple phases. Within a project lifecycle, there is typically at least one phase related to developing the product, service or result, known as a development life cycle. One or more of the phases may include the development of a product, service, or result, and this is done by choosing an appropriate development approach. The development approach may be defined as the method used to create and evolve the product, service, or result during the project life cycle. Project life cycles are fundamental to the management of project work. Different approaches can be utilized for deployment. The choice of development approach will play a key part in selecting the most suitable form of life cycle. The project life cycle for a particular project is selected based on factors such as the type of product being developed, the desired outputs, benefits and outcomes, the expected levels of uncertainty, novelty, risk appetite, type of industry, external dependencies, environmental factors, or even the technology used and the organization's preferences. Types of project life cycles. There are 5 types of project life cycles: predictive, iterative, incremental, adaptive or agile, and hybrid method. Predictive life cycle follows waterfall approach, which is a highly structured and plan-driven. Rigidly follows sequential steps, more of process-oriented, traditional projects. Scope is well-defined, time and cost are estimated at the early stages of the project. Any changes must then be carefully managed through change control mechanism. One-time delivery at the end of the project or phase. Iterative life cycle. The deliverable is produced through a series of repeated cycles, called iterations, done by getting feedback on a regular basis for correction, refinement and improvement. The deliverables are completed only after the final iteration. One-time delivery at the end of the project or phase. This approach is used for projects that are large or complex, where risks are high, the scope is not completely known upfront and is discovered as the project progresses. Incremental life cycle. Frequent small incremental deliveries are produced through a series of iterations that successively add functionality within a predetermined time frame. Each increment integrates additional parts of the solution until the final increment, where the remaining parts of the solution are integrated. Adaptive life cycle. The adaptive life cycle is also called a flexible or change-focused method, or agile or change-driven method. It combines both incremental and iterative life cycles to deliver incremental small packages after repeated iterations by taking feedback for continuous improvements. Hybrid life cycle. Hybrid project management combines the traditional and agile methods to create a new project management method. Hybrid employs the thoroughness of work breakdown structure (WBS) with speed and lean benefits of agile for a new project management method which is both detailed and fast. Predictive lifecycle. Traditional projects follow waterfall methodology. The waterfall model is a sequential design process, in which progress is seen as flowing steadily downwards like a waterfall through the phases of requirements analysis or feasibility plan, systems design, implementation or build, system testing, system development, system maintenance or support. Waterfall is a project management approach where a project is completed in distinct stages and moved step by step toward ultimate release to consumers. Iterative life cycle and incremental life cycle. Iterative life cycle. If we need any feedback for any change or improvement or correction, it comes from the successor phase to the previous one. We make iteration. Multiple times iterations made to deliver correct deliverables at the end. Incremental life cycle. Frequent small deliveries. Provide finished deliverables which customer can use immediately. Predictive life cycle. Please read and go through the advantages and disadvantages of predictive life cycle. Agile approach overview. Agile approach refers to development methodologies centered round the idea of iterative development, where requirements and solutions evolve through collaboration between customer and self-organizing cross-functional teams and intended to deliver early and frequent incremental value deliveries. It combines both iterative and incremental life cycles. The Agile process adopts an inspect and adapt approach to project management. This greatly reduces costs and time. Since project teams work in agile sprints, time-boxed iterations, it allows stakeholders more opportunities to collaborate for incorporating changes for improvements. The continual adaptation for which the agile method allows for is essential in uncertain and sometimes unstable environment or where scope is not very clear at the beginning. Project team are empowered to replan instead of going ahead with a once-off planned project. Regular feedback from the stakeholders and end users of the project allows flexibility for changes. Agile life cycle. Please read and go through the advantages and disadvantages of Agile life cycle. Have a look at key differences of predictive and agile life cycles. Agile Iron Triangle Paradigm. The purpose of the Iron Triangle is to give product teams the necessary information to make trade-offs that will help the business. In a traditional predictive life cycle, which is a plan-driven, following sequential step-by-step approach, scope is fixed or constant. Of course, also quality standards are predetermined. Time and costs are estimated based on given scope. Whereas in an agile project it's entirely different from traditional projects. Costs and schedules and also quality are fixed. Since requirements are dynamic and changing, these are variables and are estimated. In traditional projects, constants are requirements, whereas in Agile, constants are cost and schedule. In traditional projects, estimates or variables are cost and schedule, whereas in Agile, variables are requirements. Hybrid project management combines the predictive traditional and Agile methods to create a new project management method which is both detailed and fast. Being able to apply blending of both the methods to create a customized approach, Agile to uncertain aspects and Predictive waterfall to fixed deliverables means having a flexible project that's better built for success. Characteristics of hybrid life cycles. Hybrid projects often combine elements of different life cycles in order to achieve certain goals. A combination of predictive, iterative, incremental, and/or agile approaches is a hybrid approach. There are several ways to create a hybrid life cycle, like examples shown below. 1. Agile development followed by a predictive model. 2. Combined agile and predictive approaches. 3. Predominantly predictive approach with some agile components. 4. Largely agile approach with a predictive component. Summary notes of different project life cycles are shown in this slide. Which project life cycle is best suited and when are shown in this slide with examples. Thanks you for listening the video and hope you liked it. If you liked, please click the button at bottom. For more details contact SN Panigrahi at below contact details.